today is to come out in the garden with Lorene from Mill Creek Gardens.
Yes.
You know, we always talk at the end of the show about the questions that you viewers have that you throw up on Facebook that Lorene can choose. But we're going to start off this segment with your question, and it is, why do I need to add compost to the ground when I plant my tree?
Well, in Utah, we don't have the greatest soils, and so we also want to add microbial activity to the soil. We want to add some organic material to hold more moisture and to help that tree to get started. And who doesn't want them to grow faster? So we've decided we would like to show you how to plant a tree here, and I've got Bob here. He's going to show you how to plant a redbud tree, and these redbud trees are just ready to pop. They're going to be getting in the ground here real soon to get your trees in the ground so that they can get established before the heat of the summer. We've got some compost we've put in the bottom of the hole here. We love to use acid planting mixed by Gardner and Bloom. It lowers the pH a bit, and it's really dark and rich. And so we've put some in the bottom of the hole just to mix it with the subsoil there. And then we've mixed it with the other soil here. Now the soil here isn't the greatest, but if we add this compost, it's going to lessen the clay content and break it up so that there can be porosity to the soil. We also want air to the soil, and it's going to allow the water to percolate down through a lot better. So as you add compost with any planting, whether it be a little perennial, a tree, a shrub, it's going to enhance that plant's ability to grow. And then at the very top, we're going to add a little bit more compost so that there's more at the top. And then go ahead and put a couple more shovelfuls there, Bob. And then we'll put a basin around, and then when we water in, we want to water in with a little basin so the water goes right to that root ball.
Okay, so when you're talking a basin, you're kind of making a little gully around your hole that you've dug so the water stays in. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's correct, exactly. And when this tree gets growing, it's up to us to make sure that it lives, and especially the first season, you want to give it extra moisture. And if you ever see a tree or a shrub or a plant wilting, you want to make sure that you get water into that root ball, clear to the center so that it can recover and really start growing again.
So when you plant a tree right now, you don't need to just rely on your sprinkler system. It's daily, like hand watering, right?
Probably this time of year, maybe every week, every other week, but when it gets May and June, every week is good, once a week. Middle of the summer, maybe once or twice a week. Just check them and give them extra water, even running the hose on it for 10 or 20 minutes, just a little bit.
Okay, what else do we have going on back here?
We have some beautiful trees here I'd like to tell you about. This is a flowering crabapple, and it has a really neat fruit about it. It beautiful blossoms in the springtime, and it has persistent fruit, which does not drop. The wildlife will eat it so it doesn't make a big mess, and it has these bronze leaves.
Did you hear that? No mess. For all you people who are like, I hate it in my driveway and in my grass, it's not going to make a mess.
Really wonderful. And then we have just a peach tree. This is a Utah peach tree, the Alberta peach, and in front of it there is a dwarf apple tree. This only gets 8 to 10 feet tall. It's called Babe. It's wonderful. Over here we have another redwood tree. It's called Ruby Falls. It only gets 8 to 10 feet tall, and it's weeping. It's wonderful. And by the way, we are celebrating Arbor Day this next week, so that's why we're talking about trees.
Good.
I want to tell you about some of my favorites. These are 365 days of beautiful color. These are dwarf conifers. This happens to be a weeping sequoia. It gets maybe 25 feet tall. This is a kotobuki little pine tree. It only gets 4 or 5 feet tall. You can make a small forest. It can be a container plant also.
Let me ask you a question on these small ones real quick, Lorene. If you have a flower garden that you need some height, can you plant one of these in that kind of a soil?
Absolutely. You add this to your perennial garden with some dwarf shrubs like a little dwarf spirea or a weigelia, and then you don't have to plant so much and take so much care of those perennials, and you still have beautiful texture, color, foliage, and seasonal changes.
My kids used to call these forever greens because they never turn anything but green.
Here's
okay.
Another dwarf little pine
over
tree
here.
This is beautiful, and behind us, this is a fabulous little pine tree, and it's striped, and this is its natural color. These are wonderful. They take care of themselves. Pretty much 365 days a year of beautiful color. Right now we have the Gardner and Bloom products. You buy 3, get 1 free. These are fabulous, totally composted materials. You add to your soil. The Harvest Supreme is for the edibles, and this soil building compost breaks up clay soil, so you'll want to make sure that you use that in your clay areas in your yard.
All right, so real quick, tell us what's going on at Mill Creek Gardens.
Well, this weekend we have lots of beautiful perennials, trees and shrubs coming in. Here's a group of perennials right here that they're blooming right now, and they're safe to put outside even in the cold weather. The columbines, Arabis, Abretia, and Candy Tuft. The hanging baskets, be careful. You got to bring them in at night if it's going to be cold. We also have a special offer for those who are listening. If you come into Mill Creek Gardens this weekend and tell us it's a great day, we're going to give you 3 strawberry plants that are pretty robust. So.
I remember those strawberry plants from last week. They were fun and gorgeous, and you had a little edible planter that you planted. Remember, if you want, or if you have a question for Lorene, go to their Facebook page and post your question on there. And if your question is chosen, then you will get a gift card from Mill Creek Garden.
Look how we did here on this tree. Isn't that beautiful? It's ready to go for springtime, so give it a good drink of water with some root stimulator and have a great day.
Oh my goodness. goodness. If you want all of these ideas, you can just go to our website at abc4.com/goodthingsutah. Click on this segment. We'll link you to Mill Creek Gardens, all of their information there and the things that Lorene talked about. Again, don't forget that Facebook question. She could choose you. We will talk about it next week, and you can get that gift card. So go out to Mill Creek this weekend. Thanks so much for dropping in.
Thank you, and
Appreciate
have a great
you.
day.